Software and AI now underpin almost every part of the global economy, and the ability to trust that digital infrastructure has become a defining challenge for businesses, governments, and societies alike. I'm here with Peter McKay, CEO of Snyk, to explore how trust and security can be built into software and AI from the very beginning. Peter, welcome to Davos. I take it it's your first time here at the World Economic Forum.
It is very exciting. First time I've been here and I'm looking forward to it.
AI is no longer experimental. So against this backdrop, what is Snyk's mission and how do you plan to reach that?
AI has been, incredibly transformative for almost every company, government agencies. And so Snyk is very focused on making sure that people get the benefits of all the productivity enhancements, the new revenue, all the things that come with AI, but to do it in a secure way, to protect all the investments companies are making around AI, but make sure security is built in from the start to allow them to build the trust in all the things that they're doing around AI, but do it in a real secure way.
That certainly sounds like something that most companies would want to tap into.
Yes, you would think. This is a little bit of a transformative year where 2025 was very much around pilots and doing a lot of different AI initiatives. What we're starting to see is the shift around more production AI initiatives. And companies are starting to think about, okay, how do I do this securely? How do I make sure that as I'm rolling out all these incredible AI projects, that they're done in a secure way so that the negative ramifications and brand impact doesn't challenge the company. And so we're very proactive in working with companies to make sure that they build security in from the start.
And what role do companies like Snyk play when it comes to aligning both innovation with shared responsibility across both the public and private sector?
Yeah, everybody is trying to innovate faster and faster. And every CEO is telling their company, we need to, leverage AI as quickly as we can. Use AI to innovate, better customer experience, more revenue, all the things that you get with AI. But you got to think about what is the security ramifications of that. And so for us, we allow them to innovate and continue to do what you want to do, but build security in from the start. It's been a lot of projects that have been rolled out without the thought of security. Agents or agentic applications are not built with security in mind. And so what we've done with companies and government agencies and a lot of our customers is to help them build AI security in from the start. So don't think it's not an afterthought. Build it in from the beginning, because a lot of companies are not thinking that way. They're not saying, how do I make sure that I get all these benefits, but be secure in the same. So we're about trusted innovation, allow you to innovate, but in a trusted way.
So you're building this foundation so they don't have to worry about security issues down the
road. And security has always been an afterthought when it was the internet or the cloud era and even the AI era. It's like, it's not top of mind. It's like, just innovate. And so what we're trying to take years of developer security, application security, and bring that to the world of AI security. So build it in from the beginning so you don't have to have this massive amount of tech debt that you're going to have to secure over time. And that'll just be an incredible runaway train for a lot of companies to try to figure out how to reel back in.
Now, Peter, you said before that we're entering almost a perfect storm. AI is moving so quickly, autonomous systems are becoming mainstream, and we have all these rules and regulations that still need to be defined. What breaks first if trust doesn't keep pace?
Well, I think that's what I think you're going to see in 2026. I said that the next 12 months are going to be a period of time where you're going to see a lot more cyber attacks. You're starting to see it already. I think 70% of companies have already had an AI-driven cyber attack. So, the cyber criminals are using AI as well to find and exploit companies' infrastructure. And so they're getting more sophisticated. And so for us, it's around helping companies on this journey. Everybody understands the value and the benefits of AI, but how do you do that how do you do it in a secure way without slowing down innovation? And so this is where I think 2026 is going to happen, where that it's always that kind of 12 to 24 month delay of security. And it usually takes a very large cyber attack for people to kind of wake up and see that, hey, we've got to get proactive here. When you think about AI, is all around autonomous. It's around doing things autonomously, and security has lagged behind that. Even the industry has lagged behind it, where it's still human intervention, it's still human driven. And I think what you find is that the faster organizations go, the faster security companies need to go to make sure that security is autonomous. It needs to be built in, no human interaction. That's what Snyk is trying to do, is to build that into, as developers are generating code from Copilot or Cursor or all these tools, how do you embed Snyk in there to make sure that as you're generating, you're finding and fixing the issues as you go, so you don't have to do it later. Build it in, make it autonomous. So autonomous security is what Snyk is really trying to focus on. And this is where the industry has to get to.
So Peter, at what point does AI security stop being more of a technical problem and more of a boardroom issue?
Well, I think security has been a board issue for a number of years, and in every year it seems to increase in discussions and at board levels. I think the last survey, 84% of CISOs and CIOs think AI security or a cyber attack is one of their top 5 priorities. And so they're starting to. I think 76% are starting to invest more in AI security. So I think it's not just around a cyber attack. It's around increased government regulations. It's the brand implications of a cyber attack. There's a lot of broad implications of AI security. And now it's not just CEOs or C-level suites. It's absolutely a board-level discussion. And it needs to be, because a lot of companies and boards are pushing AI, but we need to do it in a secure way and do it from the start. So it needs to go hand in hand with this increased excitement in AI, but also doing it in a secure way and building that trust in from the start.
A lot of companies say that they can safely handle and manage AI-driven threats. But when you speak to industry leaders, what are they really telling you? What's the real risk at the top of their mind?
Yeah, I think this survey was like 90% of chief information security officers think they're not ready for the AI era. And so I think it's just a matter of time before they feel as though, and now the good thing is there's money going into investing into AI security, but they're behind. There's been kind of, I call it the AI party. The AI party's over here. Security is not in that AI party. They're trying to get in to make sure, look, you're doing all these great things, but how do you do that in a secure way? So we don't slow you down. Like, we don't want to slow you down, but we want to do it the right way. And so this is where we've kind of sat for years, the intersection between, the builders, the developers, the people building the agents and agentic applications, and security teams. They're just trying to make sure they're doing it in a secure way, and they're not there yet. And so we're trying to help bridge that gap between the builders and the security teams that are trying to make sure they do it the right way. And so don't slow innovation, but make sure it's secure at the same time.
So when you sit down with CISOs, what's the main thing or message that you try to convey to them?
Keep innovating, drive innovation, drive your AI initiatives, but build security in from the start. Build your agents the right way. Make sure that you're securing the agents, you're protecting the agents, you make sure that the agents can't do things that they're not supposed to. All these things around AI bill of material, making sure that you have an inventory of all the AI initiatives going on. A lot of companies don't even know what's going on in their environment. They're using DeepSeek or Copilot or all these different tools. And so the first thing we do is just turn the lights on. Here's what you got. Here's what everybody's been doing. And that just in and of itself is the start of that journey. And then you got MCP security, you've got LLM security, you've got all the other pieces that need to be part of that journey. And that's what we do. We sit down with companies, we understand where you're going around AI, all the different initiatives, and how do we proactively embed security in there so we don't slow it down. Like, that's what we try to do. Get all the benefits of AI, but do it in a secure way without slowing it down.
So Peter, we've covered quite a lot, but when we look towards the next decade, what do you think is going to be most fundamental in shaping the future of application and AI security?
It's going to be embedded. Security can't be a separate, oh, by the way, we need to do security. Security needs to be embedded in everything that they do. It's you don't think about your spell check or your grammar check in a Word document or something. It's just in there. It's just built in. And I think security, especially autonomous security, is going to be done for people. It's not going to be something that you have to, do something separate to get something done. I think in the world of the future, security has to be built in from the start, and you don't need security. Developers don't need to be security experts. It's just built in from the beginning.
Now, coming back to the World Economic Forum this year, their theme is a spirit of dialogue. So maybe just to wrap up, what's the dialogue you hope to see throughout this week when it comes to security?
It's the readiness of AI, 39 billion spent in all things AI, and making sure that the AI security readiness equals the AI readiness. And right now there's a big gap, and I'm hoping the dialogue over Davos and into 2026 is around increasing the AI security readiness.
So of course, there's a lot on the table. Hopefully we can touch base again in a year's time to see how things develop. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Peter. Enjoy Davos.
Great, thanks for having me.
Securing software and AI in a rapidly changing world requires more than reactive fixes. It needs trust, governance, and responsibility to be designed into digital systems from the start. As AI continues to reshape how the world's software and intelligence systems are built, Snyk is helping organizations innovate with confidence, embedding security at inception, and in doing so, redefining security for the AI era.